if you were living in anywhere on the planet, pretty much, if somebody had said to you, human beings will be on the moon, what would you think? You'd think you would think at that time. You would probably think, no way. And in fact, somewhere in those years, people who thought such ideas, such as flying, or even to claim that the Earth was round instead of flat, that the Earth was not the center of the universe, these people were killed because of their crazy ideas. I'm here to remind you that India has a thousands of years old tradition of reaching past all of the limitations that people are used to accepting as limitations. And the key in developing our life in ways that are going to be most beneficial, we talked about the idea of having the desire to achieve some higher potential, but most of us haven't taken a specific track in order to accomplish that goal. If you want to be in business, you go to school to be in it. If you want to play the piano, you get a piano teacher, yes? We need self-development instruction. And I don't just mean, well, here's the two camps, so to speak, the two different ways that people go at it. People start from the outside in. The way that we've been brought up to relate to life is from the outside in. We work through our senses. We work through the mental, biochemical process of being in a body. Thousands of years ago, yogis decided to go the other way and look inside, to turn the awareness of the mind interiorly and see what's going on in there. And they discovered some amazing things. They discovered that thousands of years ago, they discovered that life is literally a creation, life itself is infinite. Scientists just, in the beginning of the last century believed that there was only a few solar systems or a galaxy or two. And now they've discovered that they can't really find the end of it. It just keeps going. Let's do another experiment. I want to give you an idea of our potential as human beings is so much greater. There's such a distance between the way that we generally experience life now and the way that we could. What do scientists say about how much of our brain we use? Even from a medical point of view, they say we use what percentage? 5 to 10%. Whatever the exact number might be, even they recognize that we're only using a small percentage of what they've been able to understand from a strictly scientific point of view. But the truth is that the science, and yoga is a science. Yoga is not a set of beliefs. It's not a religion, although you can make a religion of it, just by the fact that you practice what it says. But yoga is a scientific process. What is the scientific method? You have a hypothesis, you do an experiment, and then you see what the results are. And if you can duplicate those experiments, verify it by others, that it is repeatable, then you say this is a scientific fact. That if you do this, you'll get this result within certain parameters. Yoga has been tested in modern science. Yogis have been connected to stuff. and they, the brainwave activity, they put them in boxes and had them stop breathing. People don't eat. Now these are extreme examples of potentials that aren't necessarily practical. If there is no limit, then theoretically I could strip the muscles right off my hand. Does that seem like a beneficial thing to do? No. but the accessing of that potential directed in useful directions might be very useful. I'd like to ask you to do an experiment with me. Please stand up. I want to show you how life works and our current level of awareness versus our potential. Close your eyes and walk around the table. Go.
I'm under myself.
Now do it with your eyes open. Okay, now do it with your eyes open.
Sorry, पंडित जी।
ओ मंगलम मंगलम कर दो। ओ
चले।
Okay. Okay, we're having so much fun back here. I want to get in on it. Okay, so we just walked around the table. First time with eyes closed, next time with eyes open. Was there a difference? Okay.
There's no accident.
The difference between. Go ahead and sit down. The current level of our accessing our potential is literally, infinitely more than what we just experienced. Infinitely more. We have abilities that we just haven't tapped into, and because we haven't experienced them, we think they aren't there. And the only way that we can truly step forward to that potential is that we decide that it's worthy of pursuit. How many of you make sales without seeing customers?
It's almost impossible.
That's what happens about achieving our highest potential if we don't do anything about it. Okay? We have to choose it. There's only one way to improve yourself. You can go to 1,000 classes and they won't make a bit of difference if you don't choose to enter into the process. There's three main keys to success in life. You have to have energy. If you've got no energy, nothing happens. Then you have to be able to focus that energy. If you can focus that energy, then you can get things done. And then you have to be determined. You have to just stick to it until you've achieved your goal. How many of you have ever been on a vacation? Okay, everybody's been on a vacation. And how did you get to the place that you went on vacation? We flew. Okay. How did you decide where to go? Did you one day walk out the door of your home with your suitcase packed and just go out the door and go, I'm on vacation? Or did you, through some process, come up with a destination in your mind, decide to go there, make plans, and then go there? And this is how life works. Now, I actually have done vacations where I literally just walked out the door and I didn't know if I was going to turn left or right. That can be fun. But when you do that, you don't know where you're going to get. You don't have a specific goal, and I'm not here to say that that's never a bad idea. life is filled with unexpected things that don't happen if you don't just go and see what happens. But I don't think that that's a very practical way to live your whole life. I think that most of us, given the circumstances that we're in, will be benefited by taking the time to think, what would I like to get to? What are my goals in life? How many of you, when you were 16 or 17 years old, knew that you wanted to be doing what you today are doing? Okay, only one or two. And how many of you I think that's a really good point. Still don't, and that was never actually my next question is, how many believe that this is your final destination? Okay. Now it's true. No, I hope the boss wasn't looking. But you see, the challenge of this company, and it's my impression that they're doing a pretty good job, the challenge of this company is to get you to want to stay. Is to create an environment in which you do feel fulfilled. Have you ever thought, what would a fulfilling life be like for me? What does that include? And I'm going to, because I have a limited amount of time today, I'm going to guess. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it's a mixture of financial success, personal positive well-being, a certain respect that you get from your peers, from your colleagues, family relationships that are fulfilling. It's a really interesting result in America, the 9/11 terrorist attack, and the people who were interviewed after that. And these were the top financial Wall Street people who are all about, in our minds, materialism, money for the sake of money, power, okay? And they just, all of these people were interviewed, all of them said, it made me realize what's important in life. The people that I love, the people that I care about me. This is an essential component for you to be happy, is that you feel loved and that you love others. And now I want to extrapolate that, take that to the next step, and to tell you that this is one of the key answers, the key components that can transform your selling experience. When you walk into a customer's environment, what are you bringing? You're bringing products. We said you have to sell yourself. What is yourself? Is yourself, I don't care about this customer, I just need to meet a financial guideline goal? Or is this a genuine... Hi, it's great to meet you. What business are you in? What is your life like? Create a relationship with this person. I'm not here just to sell you something. I'm here to be a friend, to create a new friend. Isn't business about relationships? And where do all relationships start? Here, in your heart. And if you come into a selling situation, there's a lecture going on in the back, and I'm sort of curious to hear what it might be about.
No lectures.
The people that we meet in business get right away who we are. If you walk in and go, hey, how's it going now? Let's do some financial planning. Okay, you got your checkbook here? Because we're going to be